Silence. All stand. The proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh, give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Natalie L. Amarin.
May it please the court, I move that Natalie L. Amarin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Natalie L. Amarin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mariam Alawi.
May it please the court, I move that Mariam Alawi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mariam Alawi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nora Al-Rubay.
May it please the court, I move that Nora Al-Rubay be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nora Al-Rubay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Andriana Andrew.
May it please the court, I move that Andriana Andrew be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Andriana Andrew be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ali Tolga Kanbulat.
May it please the court, I move that Ali Tolga Kambulat be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ali Tolga Kambulat be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Taran Marley Woodward Chaffee.
May it please the court, I move that Taran Marley Woodward Chaffee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Taran Marley Woodward Chaffee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Judith Charles.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia Judith Charles be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olivia Judith Charles be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Demore Heidi Shahady.
May it please the court, I move that Demore Heidi Shahady be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Demore Heidi Shahady be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samuel Connor Chronister.
May it please the court, I move that Samuel Connor Chronister be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Samuel Connor Chronister be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sinead Therese Roisin Costello.
May it please the court, I move that Sinead Therese Roisin Costello be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sinead Therese Roisin Costello be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rihanna Adele Crook.
May it please the court, I move that Rianne Adele Crook be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rianne Adele Crook be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Immaculada Concepcion Cambrera Conde.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter-in-law, Immaculada Concepcion Cambrera Conde, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Immaculada Concepcion Cambrera Conde be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Helena Dracos.
May it please the court, I move that Helena Dracos be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Helena Dracos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rolandi Annette Dutoy.
May it please the court, I move that Rolandi Annette Dutoy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rolandi Annette Dutoy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lauren Peter Gow.
May it please the court, I move that Lauren Peter Gow be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lauren Peter Gow be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Adam Paul Grumley.
May it please the court, I move that Adam Paul Grumley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Adam Paul Grumley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annie May Hode.
May it please the court, I move that Annie May Hode be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Annie May Hode be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Josephine N. Lynn Ho.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Josephine Lynn Ho be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Josephine N. Lynn Ho be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Monica Dorothea Jones.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Monica Dorothea Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Monica Dorothea Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Adam Joshua Cadman.
May it please the court, I move that Adam Joshua Cadman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Adam Joshua Cadman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marcus William Campbell Laird.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Marcus William Campbell Laird, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Marcus William Campbell Laird be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annika Faith Xiaoping Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Annika Faith Xiaoping Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Annika Faith Xiaoping Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maina Lei.
May it please the court, I move that Mina Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Mina Lei be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jackie Levine.
May it please the court, I move that Jackie Levine be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jackie Levine be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cissy Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Sissy Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Cece Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kathy Yi Jin Lin.
May it please the court, I move that Kathy Yi Shin Lin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Kathy Yi Shin Lin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Louisiana Wakoi Luke.
May it please the court, I move that Louisiana Wakoi Luke be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Louisiana Wakoi Luke be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rotian Liu.
May it please the court, I move that Rochian Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Rotian Liu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Andrew John Marcellos.
May it please the court, I move that Andrew John Marcellus be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Andrew John Marcellos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christine Claire Merry.
May it please the court, I move that Christine Claire Merry be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christine Claire Merry be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Timothy Tai Utram.
May it please the court, I move that Timothy Tai Utram be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Timothy Tai Utram be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tara Jade Quintana.
May it please the court, I move that Tara Jade Quintana be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tara Jade Quintana be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Radinovich.
May it please the court, I move that my cousin Olivia Radinovich be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olivia Radinovich be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charlie Shan.
May it please the court, I move that Jiali Shan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Charlie Shan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jack Hanson Stevens.
May it please the court, I move that Jack Hanson Stevens be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jack Hanson Stevens be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Julian Aaron Henry Stevens.
May it please this court, I move that Julian Aaron Henry Stevens be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Julian Aaron Henry Stevens be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Grace Stewart.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia Grace Stewart be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olivia Grace Stewart be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ali Rose Toyne.
May it please the court, I move that Ali Rose Toyne be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ali Rose Toyne be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alfio Salvatore Trapia.
May it please the court, I move that Alfio Salvatore Trapia be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alfio Salvatore Trapia be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael Trong.
May it please the court, I move that Michael Trong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Michael Trong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Louise Van Ommen Kluka.
May it please the court, I move that Sarah Louise Van Ommen Kluka be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sarah Louise Van Ommen Kluka be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wrongly Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Wrongly Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wrongly Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel Mark Watts.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel Mark Watts be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daniel Mark Watts be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jeremy James Williams.
May it please the court, I move that Jeremy James Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jeremy James Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
UZ.
May it please the court, I move that U.Z. be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let U.Z. be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bukat Yilmaz.
May it please the court, I move that Bukat Yilmaz be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bukat Yilmaz be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christopher York.
May it please the court, I move that Christopher York be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christopher York be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Liang Yu Zheng.
May it please the court, I move Liang Yu Zheng be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Liang Yu Zheng be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Will now be necessary for those whose submission has just been moved to, when and as directed by Ms. Plater, stand for the purposes of swearing an oath or making a declaration and affirmation. So please stand when and as directed.
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand? Natalie Al Amarin, Mariam Alawi, Nora Al Rubai, Andriana Andrew, Ali Tolga Kanbulat, Taran Marley Woodward Chaffee, Olivia Judith Charles, Demore Heidi Shahadi, Samuel Connor Chronister, Sinead Therese Roisin Costello, Rianne Adele Crook, Immaculada Concepcion Combrera Conde, Helena Dracos, Rolandi Annette Dutoit, Lauren Peter Gow, and Adam Paul Grumley. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, so help me God, or I do? Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Annie May Hode, Josephine N. Lynn Ho, Monica Dorothea Jones, Adam Joshua Cadman, Marcus William Campbell Laird, Annika Faith Xiaoping Lee, Mina Lei, Jackie Levine, Cece Lee, Kathy Yi Zin Lin, Louisiana Wakoi Luke, Roshan Liu, Andrew John Marcellos, Christine Claire Mahi, Timothy Ty Outram, Tara Jade Quintana, Olivia Radonovich, Giali Shan, Jack Hanson Stevens. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, so help me God, or I do? Thank you. Please sit down. Could the 2 rows to my left please stand? Julian Aaron Henry Stevens, Olivia Grace Stewart, Ali Rose Toyne, Alfio Salvatore Tropia, Michael Trong, Sarah Louise Van Orman Kluka, Rongli Wang, Daniel Mark Watts, Jeremy James Williams, Yu Z, Burat Yilmaz, Christopher York, and Liang Yu Weng. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, so help me God, or I do? Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench this afternoon is Justice Anna Mitchelmore to my right, who's a judge of the Court of Appeal, and Justice Ian Pike to my left, who is a judge of the Equity Division of the Court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice this afternoon. and we have done so sitting in a court which rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years. The court pays its sincere respects to elders, past and present, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. To all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for great celebration. We up here know how hard you've all worked to reach this important milestone. I'm also pleased to welcome those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable on the journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or emerging skills of argument and persuasion may now be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever the case, I am sure that they are all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you have become, you might even convince them to shout you to a long dinner or at least some drinks after the ceremony. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back to the 12th century. This court first admitted lawyers in 1824, and this May, the court to which you have just been admitted celebrates its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud, and I hope you, either before the ceremony or after the ceremony, take the opportunity of having a look at our not yet opened Supreme Court gallery and the history wall outside this court, where you'll get an idea of the long history of this court. In celebrating the court's bicentenary, we also celebrate, importantly, 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I'll say something more shortly. This ceremony is surrounded by unique but important formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings you have publicly made. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation that you have just made is a serious one, a continuing one, and deserves solemn regard. Whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service, for legal aid, the public defenders, or for a government department or agency, or indeed in an entirely different field, you should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, you will see from portraits of former Chief Justices on the walls of this court that we are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. And you may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you we don't do so because they are particularly comfortable, which they're not. But we do so for an important symbolic reason. They serve to highlight the continuity and constancy of the rule of law in New South Wales these last 200 years, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Some 45% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female. That is a radical change from the time we all commenced practice, which I like to think was not that long ago. It has been an extremely salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is so much global uncertainty and insecurity, the rule of law is more important than ever. It's not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. As we survey the globe, there is nothing theoretical about those threats and realities. In a speech delivered in 2018, Lord Hodge of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom aptly described the rule of law, and I quote, as a bastion against those who would use chaos as a ladder, unquote. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of artificial intelligence brings with it both opportunities and challenges with which the legal profession and the judiciary are and will continue to engage. While the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, it is my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. An individual in need of your services as a lawyer will, in very many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, family, personal well-being, or health or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. That requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and a judiciary sensitive to the cultural differences which contribute to its richness. The admissions ceremonies on which I have sat since becoming a judge just over 5 years ago, including this ceremony, highlights that there is far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That is a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the judiciary are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary and the legal profession, and ultimately reinforces the rule of law. Now let me offer a little bit of professional and personal advice, which I hope is not gratuitous advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools that you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. And that applies whether you become a litigation lawyer or a transactional lawyer or any other kind of lawyer. At various points of your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. If we're honest, we all make mistakes from time to time. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake which I always urge young lawyers not to make or to seek to avoid making is to fall into the trap of giving your clients the advice you think they want to hear. I can tell you now that that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they will not welcome it or thank you in the long run when the true picture emerges. Being a good lawyer means being independent, being strong and courageous in the advice you give. Being a lawyer means that you are an advisor, a problem solver, sometimes a mediator, sometimes an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember, you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum. but the law as it applies, as I've said, to people's lives. That human engagement extends to your interactions with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, are confrontational. But the practice of the law is stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as regrettably it sometimes does. So it is essential, and I urge you to maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession which is different from and not a business. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their points simply and succinctly. Often less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time. I don't entirely exclude myself from that observation. But for a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible or difficult to understand. And one of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your writing and your speaking. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both extremely important. This is something of which we are far more aware and more conscious these days than in the past. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because lawyers want to and do go the extra mile for their clients in ensuring that the advice is accurate and comprehensive, or that the case is fully prepared and ready for argument. And all of that is good and admirable, but it can be, as I say, or can become all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. So you must work hard to keep your balance in life and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time, and I dare say still do, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. You should also remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession, and in this context, I'm now going to call on young representatives of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society of New South Wales to offer a few words of their own by way of welcome to the profession. Mr. Ahmad, do you move?
I do, if you're honest, please. My name is Avas Ahmed, and I've been practicing for 13 years at the bar. I practice in commercial, insurance litigation, and family law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in this state has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and all backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job, and that it allows me to give expert advice to and represent people in court, and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If a career at the bar interests you, can I invite you to consult the Bar Association's website and keep an eye out for the Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first years of practice as a barrister, you will receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not confined to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, and especially those in chambers. There are also a number of opportunities to get involved in the work of the Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which will organise social and educational functions for very junior barristers. But there's also a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the Bar Association's key strategic goals, that is to attract the best people, the best barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or even sexual preference. So whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist the community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this Honourable Court.
Ms. Koskeri of the Law Society.
May it please the court. My name is Tyler Koskeri, and not so long ago, I stood or sat where you are standing today. And what a day it is. You are here being admitted as a solicitor on the Supreme Court roll as a final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy. Often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after 4 years of working as a family lawyer, I can tell you I have already learnt a thing or two. One of the most important things I have learnt is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community. With our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state, we are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I have been a part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for 4 years. Here I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance and support when I needed that most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. They'll know about the Law Society. And we look forward to welcoming you to our community.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and proud of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. You are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We up here on the bench wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. On behalf of Justice Mitchmore, Justice Pike and all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court of New South Wales, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.